So let's say I have some data I've loaded in from a .mat file. It contains a time vector and then x1 and x2. If I want to plot them on the same set of axes, I'm going to type figure, just as good practice, figure 1. It's going to open up a new figure window, specifically figure 1. And I can plot t x1 and then t x2. So it's going to plot both of these on the same set of axes, and I'm going to dock it just to illustrate. So we can see it's an ECG signal, at least two of my sets of leads. No, what are they called? I can't remember. But you can see here's a basic ECG signal, and here's another one. And you can see there's some default MATLAB properties. There's some default blue that's chosen for the first line, and then orange that's chosen for the second line. Let's say I want to have control over that. I want my first one to be a red line with a red line, just a red line. And I want my second one to be no line, just data markers, that it's black. So now we can see how it's changed. It's not necessarily ideal for an ECG signal, but we can see how we have control over how things look. It actually looks pretty cool. And we can see how many data points I have. Okay, if I want to have control over the line width and some of those additional properties, I need to do this in two sets of lines. So here's my first one. I want it to have a line width of 3. So I'm following this over here on my chart. No line. I want my marker size to be 5. And I can always change this. I'm going to put this below. And then I want my edge color. So marker edge color to be black. And then my marker face color to be blue. Or we'll make it white. So notice what happened is if I do this line by line, if I run this, it opens up my figure window. So let me close it out. Opens up my figure window. And then it plots my first set of data. So here's my first set of data. It's kind of bulky, but that's okay. And then it plots my second set of data. Note though, when it plots my second set of data, it completely deletes the first set and plots over it. So if I want to plot with 2 lines in 2 separate plot commands, I just need to say hold on. And then every hold on should have a hold off. So now when I plot them, they stay on top of each other. And now I can start to change things and modify them. Let's say I want my line width only to be 1. Let's say I want my marker sizes to be 15. I just want to see what happens, like if I make it really big. And we can see what happens when I make it pretty big. It makes it bigger. It looks different. We can see I don't really have the white that's showing, so maybe I don't really care about my marker face color, or want my marker face color also to be black. So both the same. So we can start to see how we want things to change. I can add a title, ECG signal, and now I can have some X and Y labels. So X label. This bottom one is time in seconds. Yeah, so it's 1 second of an ECG signal. My Y label. An ECG signal is actually just in millivolts. So amplitude in millivolts. So I can start to add some more meaningful data to my plot. I can also add a legend, spelled correctly. So the first set of data might be from lead 1. They're not called leads, they're called something else. Lead 2. So the default location that the legend is located is in the upper right. I can change that location. I could say south. And here would move it to the south. So you can change the location. There's also a best where it's going to choose the location that doesn't overlap with the data, or the least amount of overlap with the data. So we can start to see, here's my plot. I can make changes. Let's say I do want a line. So I want a line with data markers that are dots and K. So here we can see I can put a line in there. Let's say I don't want the data markers. I can delete that. So we can start to add a little bit more to our plot. I can also say grid on. And it'll throw a grid in back. Once again, I don't really have control over that. So we're starting to add some really nice features to our plot.